Okay, folks, I make no excuse, absolutely no excuse for the Domino's pizza box behind me. I've literally sat and demolished an entire Domino's pizza for the first time in about 2 point something years at this point. I think part of my taste has come back, and I'm going to chat about Parosmia, how it's been going, where has the progress come from, and maybe put some of your minds at ease. It's been a strange journey. I'm not fully healed at all. There are still many things that are very odd. However, we are now reaching a point where I can actually see a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel, and I just wanted to speak about it. So around 2 years ago, so for those that don't know, Parosmia is basically this thing that happened, I believe, really with the first wave of COVID-19. Basically, it would have an effect where the government would say, hey, be careful of catching COVID, you can lose your smell and taste, and for a few weeks and then it comes back. They didn't say anything like, this can alter your smell and taste for the rest of your life, this can do this or that, or, you know, we've seen like long fatigue, long COVID issues, all of this stuff, and nobody knew, in fairness to them, nobody really knew what was possible from this disease, flu variant, whatever you want to call it, right? I'm not here to get into conspiracies. Whatever it is, it fucked up my smell and taste. For the first couple of weeks after catching it, it would be basically no smell, taste, nothing. I could, you know, if this was a glass of vodka, I could down it and I wouldn't know anything. If it was an entire onion, I could eat it and I wouldn't know anything. Then around Christmas time, a couple of weeks later, it just went back to normal. The reason I know this is because I can see family pictures of our Christmas lunch, and I was just eating a regular lunch, so I must have been okay at that period of time. It's now been a good 2 years since then, and tonight is the first time I've honestly sat down and thought to myself, I really enjoyed that meal. Like, I could pick up the phone now and order 5 more of them, and it would be expensive, and I wouldn't give a fuck, because it has been a while. You might think, bro, it's just pizza. That's not the point. Anyone that's been going through this understands that being only able to eat one thing is an unbelievable, like, test of mental strength. I've felt so stressed. I've felt beyond stressed. I've been on medication. I've been off medication to help with stress and stuff like that. It's just been incredibly frustrating to do anything. You go out with friends. Oh, I can't sit in this place because it absolutely stinks and I want to vomit. Oh, I'm getting money out of the cash point. Oh, it's next to a bloody burger shop that stinks of onions and I want to throw up. You know, I'm going out for a run and I'm sweating and my sweat stinks, but it doesn't, yet it does to me. All of this stuff, right? It's been so frustrating, stressful, well, honestly life-changing. I don't use that word often because you might think, bro, it's just a bit of food, get over it, eat what you can eat. The thing is, man, if you've had Parosmia seriously, you can't eat anything. Basically, you just can't. Nothing tastes right. So I'll tell you where I'm at now. I'm at the point now where pretty much everything tastes normal apart from onion, and I never thought I'd reach that point. I remember 6 months ago there's a video on my channel trying to eat chicken and almost throwing up. I would try, you know, let's give you some little examples. You know those Quality Street strawberry creams? Oh man, they're like they're delicious, aren't they? It tasted like I was eating soap. I had to spit it out. Birthday cake, vile. Any form of biscuit, vile. Cake, vile. Yogurt, disgusting. Any form of meat, no can do. Anything with garlic in, nope. Anything with onion in, nope. I was just eating potatoes, basically. I had to get blood work done because I was really low on protein. It's just been like a mess, and I didn't think I'd ever get back to normal. Now, I'm not saying I'm back to normal, but comparatively to where I was 6 months ago, I never thought I'd reach this point. So you can see right now, we've still got a few slices left of pepperoni, and that just tastes as I can remember it. There are some things that taste a little bit weird, but I can put up with them. But I'm at a point now where if nothing was to improve, I feel like I could carry on. I could eat a lot healthier. Like, I've gained a lot of weight. I'm not going to pretend like I haven't. That's been a frustrating experience. Like, if anyone follows me, I did lose a good amount of weight, and then all of this happened. And the thing with parosmia is it goes through like cycles. So sometimes you might find a meal that you enjoy and it works for you, and then the next day it's vile, and you just like start the whole process again. Touch wood, I'm hoping things continue. What has caused me to be air quotes healed? Time is probably the most likely factor. The only other big thing that's changed in those 6 months is I caught COVID. I don't know if that has anything to do with it. I'm not going to go out there and say go and catch COVID, but I was very ill. So I'm vaccinated. Yes, vaccines don't stop you catching COVID. They stop you getting in hospital and the effects, and we're not getting into all of that, right? I chose to be vaccinated. That's my choice. Deal with it. And I ended up catching COVID from a gathering that I was at, because everyone in England is just mixing now, which is fine. And I caught COVID, and I was super ill. I don't know if this COVID thing affects people differently. Some people have no effects. Some people have really bad effects. Whatever is COVID, it really affects me. And I was in bed wrecked on like, I was almost on, what's the stuff where you get really bad throat? I can't think of the medicine, but it really, really affected me. And I had a cough for like 2 months after I got rid of COVID. So it really affected me. And I'm not saying that getting COVID has healed me, but that's the only other big change that's happened. I haven't done anything different. I haven't taken vitamin D or anything supplement-wise. I was taking zinc for a while. Then I was taking something else. None of that seemed to work for me. Like tonight, like, so for example, I want to help you, right? So it's hard for me to talk and contain myself, because I'm like, there's part of my brain that's like, shit, I really hope this doesn't go back to the way it was, but I am excited because holy fuck, I might actually have some progress. So here's how I've been doing it. You'll have all these people online and they'll tell you, hey, if it's really bad, just push through it, it'll get better, your brain will remember it. And I understand that. The problem is I'm talking to you, the long parosmia sufferer. Now, if you've had it a few days or a week, at that point, you might just have a bad case of, you might have just had a bad case of the Rona, you might have a bad flu, it's fucked with your smell and taste, and it will come back. I'm talking for the people that have had it 6 months, a year, 2 years. There isn't having someone sit there going, bro, just try it, it will get better. We know it doesn't get better. So my process was to completely ignore everything that ruined my day. I completely ignored garlic. I cooked everything myself. Boring, bland-ass meals, rice, potatoes, peas, you know, whatever I could get my hands on that was working for me. And I just had to knuckle down and just try get through it. And then every so often I'd try something. And it's only in these 6 months that things have changed. So what would normally happen when I would try a piece of food would be, I would say, let's try a strawberry, for example. I'd eat a strawberry and it would be so deformed, I just couldn't get it down. And I'd spit it out because it was so horrible. I would then try again, because at this point it's been a year plus and I'm like, fuck you, I'm going to power through this. So I'd eat it and I'd think to myself, all right, it didn't make me hurl, but my God, that was really, really unenjoyable and I would not like to eat that again. And that's how it was. Now I'm at a point after so much time where what's happening, and not for everything, but for a lot of things, here's what's happening. I put the food in my mouth, and I'm explaining this in detail because it's a very strange phenomenon and nobody seems to be discussing this. So what's happening is I'm putting the food in my mouth, and let's take the real tough one, the onion. Onion still smells horrible. I still feel like I smell like a awful dead person or something, right? But I know I don't. But I still have the sweat smell. I still have the onion smell. And now, just about now, garlic's improving quite a lot. The problem is, yeah, there's not much talk about this, so it's difficult for somebody to, I think it's just therapeutic to listen to somebody that's going through the same thing. So I'll just chat for a while with you. So I'll put the food in my mouth, and initially, this is now that I've got better, initially I'll be like, oh, fuck, it's still awful. Like, I tried KFC, right? Because there was no food in the house. We'd just been out somewhere, and I said, just on a whim, about 2 months ago, I'm trying KFC. Fuck it, if I absolutely hate it, I'll just have the drink and the fries, and we'll get through it, whatever. And I tried it, and my very first bite was like, oh no. And then it like insta changed. Like, whilst it was in my mouth, it like insta changed to being normal. That's never happened before. So I think a lot of people are saying online, keep eating it because it will change. But I only think you can do that once you get to a certain point. I don't think you can just force your brain to remember what chicken tastes like. You have to give it a time. You have to give it a break. And then maybe eventually it becomes normal. So I'll give you some examples. Boneless, I think I had boneless chicken fillets or something. And I ordered like the smallest amount on the menu because I was like, well, I'll just see if I like them. There's no point ordering a lot. And I ordered like a tiny box of like 10 chicken pops. The chicken popcorn things had onion in them. And they smell awful. And they weren't great. However, they were quite strong, but they didn't make me heave, and I could eat it. And if my life depended on it, and that was all I could eat for the rest of my life, I could get them down. It wasn't, but whereas previously, anything with onion would make me hurl. I'd have to shut the doors in the house. People will think this is an exaggeration, but I couldn't have people cook near me. I had to shut the doors if the neighbor was having a barbecue with like meat on the grill. It was just a nightmare. Now, what's happened to me is, it's kind of like it stops. So I'll smell the awful smell and I'll be like, wow, that's awful. And then when I get away from the smell, it's no longer with me. And people will understand that because when it's really, really bad, your parosmia, it will stick with you for the whole day and it will like ruin your entire day. Whereas now, if I drive past a takeaway shop or a something shop and it stinks, I just go, oh, that stinks, and then it's gone. Onion is still the main one. However, there has been some elements, like when I've forced onion down, where there's like a little twang of, oh shit, that's what it used to taste like. That's onion. That's really lovely. And then it will become that deformed thing. So I don't think onion's quite there yet, but it is giving me hope. And up until this point, I'd had basically no hope. So what I'm hoping to do is not go wild and eat everything that's like quite testing, like anything like KFC wise, you know, those kind of like flavored meats with like onion, garlic, all of that stuff. I don't want to throw away my progress because I don't know how this disease works. I don't know. So I'm just playing it safe and I'm going to eat the things that I know are safe now. And in a few months' time, maybe we'll try some other foods. But I'm hopefully at a point now where I'm able to make a lot more variety of foods. Like, I know this sounds really boring, but the idea of eating a bowl of rice and chicken, you know, for like people that lose weight and they're always eating rice and chicken, that back in the day would bore me. I'd think, man, you have to eat the same meal, rice, chicken, broccoli. Now, I've eaten the same meal for 2 years straight, and the meal I've been eating didn't even taste nice. So if I can eat rice and chicken every day and it tastes correct, I'm gonna fucking love it. So I'm hoping to sort my eating out to lose weight and get to the gym and get my life back on track, because I feel like my life's been basically fucked for like 2 years because of food. And you might sound ridiculous, but food is such an enormous part of anything. You sit down and watch a movie, damn, that person's got popcorn next to me, that stinks, I can't eat anything, can't eat any chocolates, can't drink anything. Or I'm going to watch the football, should we get a beer? No, can't drink anything. Like everything, like especially in the UK, everything's around drinking, food, going out, all that stuff. I haven't been able to do anything. It's been really, really frustrating. So I'm not saying I'm healed or cured, but I'm at a point now where I have the confidence, and this again might sound strange if you've not got parosmia, but it takes a lot of confidence to eat food that you know is absolutely vile. Like, I want you to imagine your worst food. Like, there's that one food that makes you want to hurl and you don't want to be anywhere near it, and it's just grim. And every meal was like that, and it's really stressful to do it every single day. And I'm at a point now where, because my taste has improved a lot, I just can try it, and I know if it's going to be awful, it won't ruin my day. So stick with it. I'm not going to say it will improve, because I don't know how this thing works. For me, around 2 years later, I've had a massive improvement, and I didn't think I'd be saying this. Again, some smells are still awful, some tastes are still awful. It's still frustrating. The frustrating element is every single time I take a bite of something, I'm like, please don't go back to the way it was. Please keep improving. Like, I really hope this was good. I ordered this yesterday and it was nice. I hope it's nice again. You know, or you find that food that you like in the supermarket, and then 3 months down the line they change the recipe of the food and you can't eat it, and then you've got to rediscover everything, or whatever it may be. I've been through that as well. So I just like to say thanks to all of the people that have given me positive comments, like, to cheer me up and motivate me throughout the past couple of years, especially people on YouTube and stream and stuff. I'm not saying I'm 100% cured and I'm happy days and it's super exciting, but for the first time, I'm like, I could actually see myself, like, becoming, air quotes, normal, and it's exciting. I can't pretend like it's not exciting. Like, the idea that I can go and try new foods again is hopefully going to be good. So I'm not cured. Onion still is vile. Sometimes it might be okay, but I'm at a point where I can almost try it. Like, I went to a shop and I ordered a cheese and onion roll, and like it was something with, like, it might have had red onion in it or something, and as I was eating the food I could tell it was in there and it was wrong, but it wasn't so vile that I had to, like, I couldn't take it. Whereas before it would be a bit embarrassing, like, you'd eat something and you'd want to spit it out and stuff. Like, nobody wants to be doing that as an adult, do they? So I guess that is it. If you have any questions, or you just want to shoot the shit, just hop into my stream, twitch.tv/GGZ. Check out my main YouTube page, GGZ, if you want to see that. Or this will be on the Zone. I'm not sure which page I'm posting it to. I might post it to both, because I have different audiences. But yeah, happy days. Hopefully it continues. If you're out there struggling, stick with it, man. Stick with it.